So the Halloween event has returned in Neverwinter. Now this is called the Masquerade of Liars with a contest of liars, and what you will very simply do in this event is not worry about these quests at all. You can pick up one of the quests, which is the contest of liars, which will tell you to choose a team. You will then speak to this contest master, and then he'll just tell you and direct you to a certain team. Now there's supposed to be 3 teams, but initially all I could find was this team, which is the new one. And when you first speak to her, she'll basically give you the option to join the clan of the fallen. And you can see the visuals then, like we decline it there first, but we want to check out what the visage is going to look like. And basically it's what she's already wearing there. You can see the male and female counterparts there. But there should be 2 more teams. And initially again, I could not find those teams. Checking the details of the event, there should be the team which gives you the Visage of Toil and the team which gives you the Blood Visage. But I couldn't find them. No idea where the Blood Visage guy is. I couldn't find him at all. But the witch, the Toil person, is hiding within these pumpkin stacks. She's just here. And you can view her visage as well. I've already chosen the Clan of the Fallen team, and that's the one I'm going to be sticking with, as I believe that's probably the team most people are going to choose, especially with regards to Blood Visage not being able to be found and this witch hiding. So yeah, right, so you accept her, and then you can go and you can collect a bunch of quests from her. Now this event, you can simply forget about quests altogether. Unless you want to get this mask upgraded, you will need certain reagents, which you will have to do some quests for. You can see to get it from green to blue, we're going to need like these tokens, these mementos. And to get those mementos, you will indeed need to complete quests. From this guy, you can see like Trader Treats, it'll give you that memento. And then we just completed like this one, it'll give us a memento of mask. So only if you want the artifact will you in any way, shape or form need to do any quests. Otherwise, simply forget about it. You can see in the collections here we have the masks, and the initial mask that you will obtain you can upgrade to legendary, and it's one of the best artifacts for a tank to run with as a secondary. And then once you've got it to legendary, you can then go and convert it to green at this vendor, which we'll check in a second. And then once on green, you can simply level it up like you would any normal artifact. Very expensive and a complete waste of your resources. So how do you partake in this event if you don't really want to bother with quests, if you don't want to bother with them at all? Well, you simply need to go and gather pumpkins as we go over here. Collecting the pumpkin gives you a liar's charm, and then you want to bring that charm to an NPC with this witch's pumpkin hat icon above their head, like this guy. You continue with them and they give you a bag of illusionist goods, and that's the same reward you're getting from doing those quests. And those quests takes 10 times longer than just simply getting a pumpkin and then speaking back to the guy. We got another charm there, and we can go find another one of those NPCs. They all take different shapes and forms, and so there's loads of pumpkins all around. And later on in the video, I'll show you my best strategy for farming those liar charms and those bags. But those bags give you all the rewards you need. The first goodies bag you open on, let's say, your character should give you the illusionist mask. And if you like delete the mask and don't have it then, and when you open another, it should just give you the illusionist mask again. You can see just opening one here will give you these Masquerade tokens, and it'll give you like a Veil of Shadows, and additionally you can obtain a Beholder Pinatas, Veil of Mists, and those veils basically you need to upgrade again your artifact, as you can see here. Again, only bother getting it to legendary for tanks, the rest of you can forget about it. But those Masquerade tokens which you're getting from these packs as well, we'll just open a whole bunch of them there. You can get a significant amount of tokens from these packs, on average about 2 per pack, and again those packs you can obtain by doing quests. But again, because you're only gaining one good bag per quest, like you see here, it's not worth it compared to just farming pumpkins, unless the competition is high, and I'll explain later. But with those tokens, you can spend them in the store, and they've changed it up. They've changed it up significantly. You can now purchase the Mask of the Fallen and the Cryptic Visage. I believe on PS and console, the Cryptic Visage won't be there. There will probably be a different one. But additionally, new this year, we can also get the Witch's Broom. Now, I won't bother purchasing the Witch's Broom just to showcase it, as it'll look pretty much like the Enchanted Broom with all the animations and everything. It's just got a different style. And you may notice, if you've done the event in previous years, you don't need all those messy reagents to get the Enchanted Broom anymore. You don't need like your bristles or your Witch's Sash. You simply just get more tokens and you buy it. What I am interested in is the Mask of the Fallen, which I'm going to spend my hard-earned 1,200 Masquerade tokens on. And you can do that too. However, if you do some of the quests from this guy and obtain the minimum participation score on this tracker here, I don't know why it's not showing the tracker, then once the team wins, you will get a free Visage. So you will get a free Mask of the Fallen rather than having to buy it here, as it's pretty expensive. So again, you might want to wait till the end of the event before, let's say, buying it, and just spend your tokens on something else. Now, many of these rewards you won't be able to resell, but you are able to sell the Skeleton and the Wandering Scarecrow and your Splinter's Companion. And the Splinter's Companion is pretty good. Its powers here aren't great. Slowed reaction is okay, but you generally would just use him in like an AoE fight. He can heal a little bit and does some decent damage. Not on the level of the Succubus or the Incubus, but you're again only getting it on green, and it's pretty expensive to upgrade it from green to purple when you can just buy already plenty of purple companions for pretty cheap onto the auction house. And here's the artifact that you would have to trade in, the legendary artifact that you upgrade. That's again this the green version, and to upgrade it you're using like these veils and the tokens that you get for doing questing, these tokens, these mementos. The rest is just fashion. New this year is the owlbear stuff, and then you have a bunch of those masks which you can buy, again just farming those tokens. The consumables are just for memes. You can see these potions here which will make you bigger and smaller and make you grow some feathers, and otherwise a feast you can lay out to make your stronghold look fancy, and some dyes if you miss those dyes and want to collect them. And then the exchange is completely pointless. Forget about it. What you want to do with your Liar's Charms is, again, exchange them by speaking to these NPCs with those icons above their head. And there's plenty of them, and they refresh pretty quickly. There we got another one of those bags. Now, sadly, these Beholder Pinatas are not really used anymore. You can go and you can kill them, and yes, they will drop you some rewards, but it's nothing you really want to farm. Yes, you can get like some silly like consumables, but you will get like pumpkin soup, which is identical to squash soup, which I believe a lot of DPS players are using, including myself. So there is that, but it is bound to your character, and just forget about it. Squash soup's far easier to farm during the summer festival, and the price probably has gone pretty low at this point. And the cooldowns on the Beholder Pinata sadly is shared no matter how many stacks you have. So ultimately, let's purchase that Mask of the Fallen and see what it looks like. There goes many hours of grinding, but we can go and we can put this Visage on our belt item, much like we can with a previous year's one, which was the Visage of the Moon, which basically turned us into this werewolf. And very nicely, at least on the preview server, they haven't fixed the fashion overriding it. So you could run around with your clothes. I can switch to my armor and also have my armor on it. Personally, I don't think they should have removed it, but they are. Sadly, this is going away. This werewolf looks pretty sick in my opinion, but the new Visage is this one. We have the Mask of the Fallen. Let's use that one, and we are now looking pretty much identical to herself right there. Sadly, it doesn't seem to take on any of my visuals. They seem to have fixed that with this one at least. But you're just looking like an entirely different character. And okay, it's a bit bugged with regards to me having my weapons. Maybe if we switch over to actually gear, will it still use them? No, that is weird. Invisible shield, invisible sword. Okay, the wings do have some animations when you jump around. That is pretty neat. How do I remove it now? It won't let me remove it. Really? I can put it back in my inventory. I am still this form. I don't think I can change out of this anymore. Maybe I have to relog. Having it on our belt item, we use it again. And yeah, it doesn't take us out of the visage. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but I am not sure how I can change my visage. Like using the wolf one, it allows me to, let's say, use it again, and then I go out of that form. I guess it's just kind of bugged. All right, you probably just have to relog to get out of that shape again. Let's say it does relogging do anything. And it doesn't. All right, Cryptic. Maybe you need another visage to get out of this visage, otherwise you're kind of stuck. Maybe if you completely close the game and like log out and log back in, maybe. Okay, but anyway, this is what the visage looks like. Pretty cool. I would have liked to be able to replace like some of the armor or override it with like some fashion. That would have been cool. Like wearing this, it makes no change. And like using my weapons in a fight, you don't see them at all, which is a bit weird. Like the werewolf one is probably better in that regard, that I can use my weapons and I can override my armor and so on. But anyway, that aside, that is the new visage. Yes, you're gonna look identical to this NPC just here. It doesn't seem like your illusions for your weapons and armor is going to take effect. Okay, it does. Excellent. You can have your like illusions there making an effect on the appearance of it. Okay, that is neat. That is neat indeed. I don't think the weapon one's going to do anything. I don't have one actually right here. This is a little bit bugged as well. And we have like the Elven Battle. Yeah, okay, that works. And if we were to, let's say, change some of the dye colors, does that do anything? We save that. No, I think you're stuck on the default dye color, and that is it. So let's jump into how do I farm those Masquerade tokens nice and quickly to be able to, let's say, buy that visage or any of these other following rewards. So after a few hours of farming, my best route I found was initially to go to here, grab that pumpkin, then go to here, grab this pumpkin, hop down here, and then we can go and speak to this big fat guy who runs around, and then this guy, and then you want to go hop onto this little pedestal here and interact with this pumpkin, and then continue your way around to the left here, grab this pumpkin. Just keep in mind that people will be competing with the pumpkins, so yeah, you could end up having missed a pumpkin along the way. Bit annoying. Try and find some downtime, but speak to this guy. I mean, like when it's early in the morning and there's not that many people online or something, it's usually the best time to farm. Speak to this guy. Hopefully we have enough charms. No, we don't. So then we go and we need to grab this pumpkin, and then we can quickly double back and speak to this guy, give him there, and then hop down to the auction house area here. Grab this pumpkin, and this pumpkin. And then we'll just speak to this guy real quick. Here, give you a charm. And then go back this way up the steps. Sometimes you'll get an easier run and sometimes it'll be a bit harder because the NPCs might have like walked off. Like the wandering ones might not be in a good spot. We grab this pumpkin and then this pumpkin. And if you even have the mount speed boon, you should still be quick enough or like slow enough for the pumpkins to all reset. And same with the NPCs, the guys you give the charms to. Now we're heading down here, a bit to the right. Speak to this guy. There will be like one wandering guy, which you can run into sometimes here as well. Speak to that person. And essentially, we speak to this guy, and then we're just repeating the same route again and again and again. And once you get enough of those goodie bags by exchanging the charms, you might very well have enough currency. I've been farming for a few hours trying to get the 1,200, and let's jump over to the rest of the video. So yeah, the event is not without its own host of bugs. Many thanks for watching, and a special thank you to all of these channel members for their added support. If I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.